And it's actually a passionate one that we've spoken about before. But of course, there's room to revisit because it's still happening, where other people tend to date somebody else, and you find that this person has dated maybe 5 different people that you know of. But is there really anything wrong with that? If he or she has not necessarily gotten married to any of them?
That's right. Not too wrong.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Winnie, your 2 cents.
Let me sip my tea first.
Yes, sir. You go ahead, girl. Go ahead. You hydrate yourself, girl. Hydrate yourself.
Delivery's gonna be piping hot.
So, if someone is bouncing around and deciding to do a pick and mix with dating, just run away from that person. You know why? And I'm also saying this from experience, because I've bounced around and dated and hopped around. But to be honest with you, it just shows the level of maturity, and it also shows the level of the possibility of somebody being committed in a relationship.
Yes.
And I think that if somebody is just going up and down, dating, or as they say, testing the waters, then for me, that's a very, very scary person. The reason why the person is scary, in my opinion, because before you even decide to start hopping around, you should observe someone from a distance. You should observe them. You don't need to go into the deep end to see if this is a flavor you like to taste.
Yes.
And I think
say it, girlfriend.
I think somebody that just constantly goes into different waters, they don't know themselves, first of all. They don't know what they like. They don't know their preference. They don't know their future. They don't know what kind of person they want to invest in. And I think that the main thing is, as I've said before, it just shows the level of commitment, the potential for commitment, and the level of maturity. And I think with age, as I've gotten older, and with the experiences that I've had, this is something that I definitely would not do. I would observe someone from a distance, and I would rather have somebody that's been a friend for a long time and then go into something that's slowly more serious than to just keep hopping around, even if it's just a Chinese mate. I'm sorry, my time is very valuable. My time is too valuable that I'm just going to be hopping around.
Going to be doing Chinese buffet.
Exactly. And you know, it goes 2 ways. It goes 2 ways because, first of all, why are you wasting the other person's time? Because what you're doing is, when you're going on a date, you're actually giving this person hope. You're giving this person hope that it might become something. When if you know that
but the thing is, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with giving hope.
Right,
there's nothing wrong with giving hope. Sorry to say, but like, let's say, okay, I get what you're saying. We're not saying we should go and do pick and mix or buffet or Chinese buffet. But what we're saying, maybe we need to be a bit frank. Okay, but let's deal with the issues with being single. First of all, one of the temptations is sex. So let's deal with that directly. So when we say we're being single, we're not saying sleeping around. Let me be clear on that. That's not what we're condoning. What we're saying is getting to know different people and spending time to see which one is compatible for you. Because let's say you meet one guy, you're dating one guy, but you think he's compatible for you, then you end up getting closer towards marriage, and you've invested so much time and everything like that. Next thing you know, he's now turned around and shown you that he's not the one, but based on his actions. And it's like you're almost back to square one all over again. That's why I'm more of the opinion that in case Mr. Right that I thought was Mr. Right is actually Mr. Wrong, then I don't have to necessarily start all the way back from the beginning, because I have reserves. I'm sorry.
It sounds kind of cheeky. But this is what I'm saying. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because you first start something, you wait to see how it goes, and you end it. You don't hop between people because
I agree.
I'm just saying that from my experience. I'm just saying that from my experiences, and I'm saying that because, first of all, for your own self, to reserve something. I don't want to use the word holy, but I want to say to reserve something for yourself that you know that you've done the right course of action up to a certain point, and then you let go. And then you can think about dating somebody else, you know? And I also think, for the sake of that person also, one, as an element of respect for that person, that you start something and then you end it and then you can move on. But that's just my opinion, because I've been in situations where I've dated, like cross-dated, because I did want to have reserves. But you know, the honest truth is, whether it is a marriage or whether it is dating, it's always a risk. It's always a risk, but it's just about the process. How are you in that process? Are you fully engaged in that process and then seeing how it goes and knowing when to end it? Or are you 1 foot in and 1 foot out? That's how I see it. And if you're doing that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, then you can never really see the potential of where it would go, because you're always comparing that person to another.